Okay, part 2 of June 15th. After Bilderberg, which Hillary Clinton was said to have went to, she said that she's going to step down from Secretary of State and run the World Bank. It's all about banks and financiers and bankers and all this stuff. So just keep an eye on this. If you read or hear that Hillary Clinton is going to step down from Secretary of State, it might happen now or at the end of Obama's term, and run the World Bank. Remember where you heard it first. There's an Arizona wildfire that's out of control. It's just the largest ever. In Kansas, on weird weather phenomenon, which the Bible says will happen as one of the signs before Christ returns, there was a heat burst at midnight in Wichita, Kansas. And just the first paragraph is, and you can search more on it if you want, is Wichita, Kansas residents are still reeling from a bizarre weather system that spiked temperature 20 degrees in the matter of minutes in early hours. It went from like 80 to 100 in just a matter of minutes at midnight, in the dark. I got the article where the TSA admits bad judgment on the disabled special needs guy. There was a student that wanted to give his speech, his graduation speech. His school told him that he couldn't say the word God, so he took him to court. And actually, thankfully, the court said that yes, he can say God in his speech. It's unconstitutional to say he cannot. There was another stuff on Christians. There was a fundraiser in his California high school. They were selling little bricks to make a walkway, and they're going to use that money for the school. And that people could put whatever they wanted on the bricks for $50. Well, like 70% of the people chose to put Bible scriptures on the bricks. Well, the school said we can't have none of that, so they ended the entire fundraiser and gave everyone their money back because people chose to put Bible verses on these bricks. And these are our schools. You guys, I don't know if you've all heard of the Hadron Collider, which they say they're going to, they've been over like in Amsterdam or something. They've been wanting to find this God particle. They think that they can make a black hole and all this stuff. Scientists are just crazy. Well, they, after like 5 years of trying, scientists finally said, no, we can't do it, which of course is impossible. You can't do what God's done. No man can ever do what God's done. The ocean waters around Fukushima are 10 times worse than Chernobyl. Of course, you got to find this. You can't find it in our news. I make a reference to Republican and Democrats like wrestlers, in WWF. They come out in the ring, man, and they hate each other and they pound each other. Then they go back in the locker rooms and like each other. And hey, they're all buddies. They go out to the bar and they all hang out together afterwards. Well, you got 4 of the head people in the government. You got Kasich, Obama, Biden, and Boehner. Kasich and Boehner are 2 top-level Republicans, and Obama and Biden are the Democrats. They're going golfing together. I mean, these are people that when you see them on TV, they can't stand each other. And, now they're hanging out on the golf course, just like they're buddies. We all went to Autumn's thing for the state. She didn't get to move on. She was pretty upset about it. So hopefully you guys, can talk to her about it. She was really upset. I guess it's been like her 6th time there, and she's just tired of going and not going to the nationals. Some good videos though. In Jerusalem, they don't allow Muslims and Jews to pray together at the Wailing Wall. Muslims under 50 aren't allowed to at the same time the Jews are. They all have separate times because they're afraid of a riot. Well, they allowed Muslims under 50, that's under 50 years old, they were finally allowed on Friday to participate in the prayers at the same time as the Jews. Well, after a minute of starting, the Muslims started picking up rocks and throwing them at the Jews. And they got a video of it. You can find it on theblaze.com or on my page. Tennessee passed a law, said that if you post any image that anybody finds offensive, you could go to jail or get fined. You can't make this up. Indiana Supreme Court says that the cops have the right to bust into your house without a warrant for no reason. Tennessee says you post anything that offends anybody. I could post a picture of a rubber ducky. If it offends somebody and they report me, I'm going to have to take the rubber ducky down or face fine in jail. And this is going on every day. This is the weirdest one, though. And this one I can't believe. This made national news. In Cedar Falls, Iowa, the city government has voted and passed that says that all residents, all keys, all properties, you have to turn over a copy of your key to the government. Every apartment building, business, house is going to have a lockbox on the front. And you have to have a copy of your key in that lockbox. And then the cops are going to have access to that lockbox where in case they need to get in your house, they can get in your house. And there was hundreds of residents that showed up saying that this is a bad idea, don't do it, and they still passed it. This is one of the most insane things I've heard of yet. They just did it, so it's yet to see how many people are not going to, obey it. I wouldn't obey it. That's ridiculous. It's my property. But you can read it. Find it on YouTube. There's a video of the city council. Just, city government demands all keys to property belonging to Cedar Falls residents. You guys know Sherry got a new job at a chiropractor's office. Really cool about that. We got thousands are protesting in Bahrain, Syria, Yemen. But yet we're not doing nothing there. Well, we are in Yemen. We're bombing them. But who's next? Another earthquake in New Zealand. The FBI is giving agents new leeway on surveillance. No act of Congress, no law was passed. They just came out with their new little pamphlet saying that they can now go through your garbage without a warrant. They can tap your phone without a warrant. They can put a tracker on your car without a warrant. All they have to do is think you're doing something wrong. This is all part of pre-crime stuff that's just going on. That's on Fox News. You can look that up. It's crazy. You got the new CIA chief Panetta is warning that a cyber attack is going to happen, and it could be the next Pearl Harbor. That's just gearing up for something that's bad that's going to happen. They're going to say that there's a bad cyber attack, and then the government's going to take over the internet. And you're going to have a password to get on it, and you're going to have permission to go to all this stuff. FEMA, whenever there's a disaster, FEMA goes there and helps people, like down in the south where all the tornadoes were. But there was homes where they were denied aid by FEMA because they said that their homes had insufficient damage, and they'd show people standing outside on their property and their home is gone, and they're holding a letter by FEMA saying, "Nope, sorry, we can't help you because your home is still livable, and their home is gone." This is the oversight of our government is insane. We got the strikes on Yemen. There's this community college in Tennessee where a guy was outside witnessing for Christ. He was trying to talk to people, and the cops come up and said that they're going to charge him a fee for witnessing. Some stuff says hard to read and hard to believe. In the city of Fukushima, around the reactors, they're giving radiation counters to children so they can wear them and they can try to monitor them. At least they're doing something, but I don't know what good that's going to do, really. The U.S. Army is not wearing the beret no more. I'm all for that. They're going back to just a camouflage cap. 28 months ago, Obama passed the stimulus spending. How much money was it? I don't know, billions, trillions of dollars in stimulus 28 months ago. There's 1.9 million fewer people have jobs today than they had when they passed the stimulus. So all this money that they gave away did absolutely nothing, because you got almost 2 million people out of work, more now than there was before. Got some stuff on Ron Paul from the debate, pretty good. That's off right now. This one's only 9 minutes long. I'm going to end it now, and then I'm going to get today's news so I can get up to date on everything. So I'll have 3 of them. But I'll talk to you guys again in a second.